back and watched that Oregon film, what did you learn?
Yeah, a lot to learn from.
Any specifics?
Nothing, just got to be able to execute plays better.
When the ultimate goal gets taken away from a team and you still have one game left, how challenging is it to stay motivated and just what's the mindset this week?
Yeah, I don't think it's challenging at all, honestly. We got a great opportunity as a team just to go again and just go out there and display what the coaches and the players and what we've put into this offseason.
The fact that this is a rivalry game coming up, does that make it a little bit easier to kind of turn the page?
I mean, yeah, no doubt, but it's just another game on our schedule. Obviously, we're all aware of the rivalry and all that talk, but I mean, it's just another game for us to go out there and display the hard work that we put in this offseason.
Jayden, I know you talked about cutting down on turnovers. You got a little bit more in the second half of the season. What do you attribute that to, and how do you kind of move forward from that?
Yeah, just being able to just watch film more and just continue to make the next right decision.
What have you seen from UCLA on film?
Great defense, can't wait.
I know you spent this whole season with your son. Where has he kind of stood out to you most, just as a freshman, kind of in his first year?
Yeah, awesome player, bright future for him.
King, Kalen, Ryan, like all these walk-ons who are having significant roles. How do you go about like creating a culture where they feel welcome, but they're also being coached hard and they can reach their potential?
Yeah, I think just that goes with how tight this team is, honestly, and just the brotherhood that we have, regardless of win or lose. We all still support one another because it's the relationship we built outside of the football field. So, super grateful for that. Super grateful for them. Very thankful for everybody on this team. So, yeah, I think just being able to have everybody's voice be heard, and especially those guys who step up and work really hard.
Makai got named a finalist for the Bletnikoff Award. What did you think when you heard that, and what's it been like playing with him this year?
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, that's my guy. It's somebody who, I trust going out there, and, somebody who definitely deserves the award.
Coach Riley was just saying how, it's a good time to be at SC and he's excited about the future. What kind of gives you confidence that this program is taking steps in the right direction?
Yeah, I think just, Coach Riley and the staff really just, have an understanding of, the place we're at. Obviously, it's the place to be. So, it's tough to beat. So I think Coach Riley and the staff just do such a great job in terms of getting us in the right mindset in terms of moving forward and not dwelling so much on what happened or what's to come. So just being where your feet are.
In terms of your progress over the course of the season, where do you feel like you're most proud of the steps you've taken?
I don't know. People probably know this, but I don't like talking about myself. So I think just, in terms of the team, just being able to stay bought in, really great opportunity this week. Just to go out there and game plan and, continue. The work continues. Nobody cares about how you feel. The standard is their standard.
There were a couple, discipline-related penalties in Oregon. What's been the messaging around the team this week, and maybe, how are you holding each other accountable with stuff like that?
Yeah, I think being able to just dial back down on the little things, stick to the basics, just not do anything we're not asked to do or, out of the ordinary, just being able to, be decisive in every decision that we make and make sure it's a winning decision and to buy into the team more.
How did that game maybe test you guys emotionally?
Yeah. I don't know if it really tested us emotionally, but I think it just brought us a lot closer together. This team is close, so I think I'm super grateful for everybody that I've built a relationship with throughout this program. So I think, just having that relationship really, it sparks throughout everybody in the locker room. So I'm super grateful for that.
I don't think we've ever asked you about your hopes to go on to the NFL someday or what you think about that. Is that something that has been in your head this season because you could leave for, after the season, or is that something you haven't thought as much about?
Right now, just focused on UCLA and, game planning for those guys and, getting everybody on the same page in terms of offense, defense, and special teams, just to go out there and play our best ball Saturday.
Winning's obviously great, but you talk about a loss kind of bonding the team. How does that show, this team's not tearing itself apart after a loss? How do you see itself kind of building to get stronger for the future after a loss?
I think it's honestly just paving the road. Coach Riley had put this thing up in a team meeting about paving the road. So I think for the older guys leaving or the younger guys that's, still young in this program or the young guys to come, just being able to pave the road in terms of just, you know, making the next right decision and, you know, leaving off on a good note.
Let's do one more.
Speaking of paving the road, last year you guys had that big win in the Rose Bowl, kind of set you guys up for a good offseason, obviously the bowl game. So how important is it to continue that this year in this rivalry, keep the victory bell at USC and set stuff up for the offseason?
Yeah, it was an awesome team win last year. Obviously, everybody understands on this team. Everybody understands the rivalry and the fire underneath all of that and whatnot. But I think another great opportunity, like I said, for this team just to go out there and play our best ball.